So here is a 57-year-old lady presented with the NST elevation MI, and coronary angiogram showed disease involving left anterior descending and left circumflex artery. We are going to show the angiogram soon. The LV function was 48%, and carotid Doppler showed right internal carotid artery total occlusion. The risk factors are diabetes mellitus, renal functions normal, syntax score 12. So this is the angiogram through the radial using 5 French TAG. We can see the RCA is anomalously arising little anterior and little above from the usual position. And this is the left. If you see here again the anomalous origin of the LCA, we can see it is far away from the expected area. In fact, a little at the sinotubular junction, little above and more anteriorly. And coronary anatomy, if you see, there is a LCX lesion, which is a non-dominant LCX, which is actually a culprit lesion. And LAD in the PA cranial view, we can show it's basically a mid-LAD long tubular lesion with the LAD diagonal bifurcation lesion. In a LAO caudal view, looks like proximal LAD is little free of disease. Anyway, we are going to use OCT imaging in this case to assess the proximal LAD disease. So with that, I'm going to the carotid Doppler. We can see here in the right carotid Doppler, the internal carotid artery is totally occluded, no flow. On the right side of the screen, we can see the normal left internal carotid artery. And this is the velocity. We can see right internal carotid artery. The peak systolic velocity is 38.25 centimeter per second. So with that, I'm handing over the case to Dr. Ajit.
Hello.
Yeah, it was echoing. Now it stopped. I think still they can hear us.
Just go ahead. Yeah, okay. So we just had some echo, but we're okay now. And so what we're doing is we wired the LAD and diagonal. Can you go back to the first shot, please? Yeah. So that's the LAD and there's a diagonal disease. So that's what's the major lesion here. We're going to do a balloon dilatation first. There's calcium in that. We'll need to check what we need to do for the calcium, whether it's going to be an IVL or something else. And we're going to do the OCT after the pre-dilatation with a 2.5 millimeter balloon. So if we pre-dilated and now we're going in with an OCT. So we have two diagonals in place and we're going in the OCT. So here's OCT catheter. That seems to go in reasonably. So I'm just pulling the LAD wire back. You can see a little difficulty in getting the OCT because of the calcium, but surely but surely it is going forward. And this is a clear sign that there will be calcium here. So this is where we are, and we get the guiding in. Flush, please. Yeah.
So,
Let's see, we have a flash. Good, that's fine.
so
And
can
we
you
flush
flush
the
the
OCT
catheter? I will check the
catheter.
clearance.
Yeah, check the clearance. Okay. Is the clearance
Are you
there?
flushing? No, it's
Yes.
not clearing.
Okay.
Nicely. Yeah, central lumen is clearing. Can you flush the guide catheter? I will
We
see
did
the.
slightly more. Yeah, very slight dye.
No, I
Okay.
couldn't see the
Yeah, it's going.
contrast. Yeah, now it's clearing. Okay,
Okay.
right. So please open the port of the power injector. Okay.
Okay. Good. Okay. So now we're going to do an OCT with pressure injector. So
Okay, I will take a call.
yes, please.
Calibrate. Cine, please. Inject. Stop Cine.
Can we run the OCT on the main screen?
No,
Can we have?
we want a OCT in the mean.
Okay, okay. Let's see that. Yeah.
Okay. So now here I'm beginning with the distal most area. We can see the clear 3-layer structures of the LAD with no block. Here we can see minimal intimal thickening. As I'm proceeding, we can see the block areas come. So I stop. This may be our distal landing zone. This is a distal landing zone. First I'm measuring the distal landing zone. EM to EM, it is 2.65 in a vertical axis and 2.62 in the horizontal axis. So 2.5 is going to be the distal reference. As I'm moving into the lesion, we can see a fibrotic block here. This is because of balloon induced dissections we are seeing extending up to the media. And there is some branch, I think the LAD wire, we can clearly see it joins, and ostium is diseased. The ostium we can see clearly it is diseased. And as we are moving into the proximal portion of the LAD, we can still see the balloon dissections, and here is full fibrotic block. And again here only I'm seeing at the upper quadrant the 3-layer structure, lower quadrant couldn't see, still it is block everywhere. We can see some calcified block here, maybe from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And as I'm proceeding further into the LAD, circ joints, so all the way it is extending up to the ostial LAD. Left main is reasonably free of disease. So where we are going to stop is the question. I think predilatations are more than adequate. Only we need to find a ideal landing zone in the proximal portion. Maybe this block is there, but still this area is reasonably okay. Because at least 180 degree I can see a media. The other portion I couldn't see any media. If I go little proximally, it's not great area to land. Either we have to land at this portion, maybe here the EM2. Since I couldn't see the EM on the opposite side, I'm going to measure lumen to lumen, and I'm going to upsize by 0.5. So 2.63. On a vertical axis, on a horizontal axis 2.8. Maybe I think 3 is going to be the proximal area. So that area I will place a proximal landing zone so that it will show automatically the length. It's 26.2. So even if we place 28, it's, we can always distally we can go down 28 also.
So what's the distal diameter?
Distal diameter is 2.5. So
Okay,
distal is a good landing zone. So maybe we have to take 2.5, 28 stent, and we have to take a 3 post dilatation. The only thing is diagonal ostium is little disease. Maybe we can do a pre-dilatation, put
Sure.
a provisional single stent strategy, then we will take a call after
Okay,
the.
so 2 issues. One, that this is not a calcified lesion too much. It's only in the proximal LAD, so we don't need an IVL here. So what we'll do is we'll just do the diagonal first. Get me the same 2.5 balloon, please.
So at this portion, we can see the calcium from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. But this is spotty calcium. The thickness of the calcium is 680 microns. But the calcium arc is not 270 degree, and it is more deeply situated calcium. Hence, no further calcium modification is required for this calcium.
Okay, so basically what Dr. Nandakumar is saying, that it's spotty calcium, not deep plates or nodular calcium where we need some debulking strategies. A plain balloon with a 2.5 was good enough. Yeah. And we're going to do the diagonal because the diagonal is disease. Can you show them the diagonal as it?
So I am moving towards the diagonal ostium. We can see the wire. The 12 o'clock position is the diagonal wire. It's just entering into the diagonal. We can see this is clearly the diagonal ostium is diseased, but it's a focal disease, which means it is not extending beyond 5 millimeter of the ostium. Hence, maybe we can get away with only the dilatation and provisional single stent strategy. If at all, if it is going to get compromised, then always we can go for a tap as a bailout. That's what I
Just
feel.
go ahead. Yeah, it's fine. Go up. It's just at the origin. I'm going to go at low pressure, long dilatation with a 2.5 balloon. Just keep it there, please. So it's come up there in the diagonal. So that's opened up. Just a little longish dilatation so we don't have a closure of the diagonal. And then, as Dr. Nandakumar said, we'll put a 28, 2.5 stent, 28, ready please, Synergy or an Onyx. Yeah, deflate please.
And in a long view of the LAD OCT, we can see the spiky carina. So that during the provisional single stent strategy, there is a high chance the spiky carina can pinch the ostium significantly.
Yeah, so I think what Dr. Nandakumar is talking about is when you do a bifurcation, what are the indications that your vessel will close on you? One is when there's disease in the ostium. Second, if the angle is acute and there's a spiky carina, which can land up with closure. So we have pre-dilated the diagonal. We'll take a small cine shot before we go in with the LAD stent. Okay, so what we're going to do is from the proximal to that, as you said, there is some disease in the ostium of the LAD. You think we can leave that alone, isn't it?
Yeah, we will do a pre-dilatation because during the stenting, definitely the spiky carina is going to close at 1. So I feel we will do a 2.5 pre-dilatation so that the chances of closure of the diagonal is little
Yeah, so
less.
we did the dilatation now and we're finished with that.
Okay.
So now I'm going to stent. I'm just asking you the ostium of the LAD. Do you think we need to cover that?
No, no, no.
Okay, so
The block
so
is extending, but definitely because
yeah, two
let
five.
me measure the MLA also in the ostial LAD. Yeah, it's coming
3.7.
3.79, but I feel still it is not that much significant.
Yeah, so we normally, unless the diameter is less than 3, or if it's 3 and 4, if there's a lot of plaque, then we sort of fix it. Now, the problem is if you fix the ostium, you may have to get into the left main and many things like that. So let's first fix the LAD and then have a look. The mid part, the proximal part of the LAD across the diagonal and see how we go. Show the last shot, please, and freeze it. So you can see that the diagonal is open, but not good enough, but that's okay. We don't expect with the ballooning. It was a 2.5 balloon. We went up to nominal. Didn't want any dissection there. So as per the length, we're using a 2.5/28. Small check, please.
And we will do a part with a 3
Yeah,
millimeter balloon.
small check, please. Take a cine.
I think we can come down.
Come back a bit. Yeah. Go to the RAO caudal. So small check. We go in a bit. We go back to the cranial. Cine, please. What do you think?
No, I think we need to go in little bit.
I'm a little worried that there's a proximal plaque. We may miss that. You see, there's a proximal plaque.
Yeah,
Just
actually, what we have seen is from this bulge up to this portion. This is what we have
okay. So you want to
said.
go down a bit. Take care.
If at all required, we will do a
Well, it's
OCT, then
smaller.
we will cover with one more
Small
stent
check.
above. You need to go down, sir, all the way.
Small check.
Yeah, this may be okay.
Okay, that seems to be all right, I think.
Yeah.
What do you think?
We'll check once again in RAO caudal.
RAO caudal, please. So the issue is that if we do have on the OCT some proximal disease, small check. Okay, I think that's good. Yep, go up there. Yeah, go back to the other view, please. Yeah, go to nominal. Okay. So we have covered the mid and proximal part of the lesion at the diagonal. Go up please once again. And then we'll check whether we need anything to be done in the ostium part. And we keep the 2.5 balloon ready, sister, and a 3.0 for a pot for the eddy plate. Keep a 3.0 balloon please for a pot.
Oh, 8. I think we'll take a shot and decide about whether rewiring first or pot first.
Yeah, that's good. There is some compromise of the flow. Anyway, I think we'll do the pot. After that, we'll decide what to do to
We'll take
recross.
one image in LAO caudal and see what.
Okay, let's take an LAO caudal. Sorry.
I think it looks good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. So let's do the pot and then see what you have to do for the recross.
Now the question is the wire is jailed.
Yeah.
So after a pot, sometimes the wire gets stuck.
Yeah. So I don't think we'll have a problem because
Okay,
there's no
right.
calcium there. So give me the 3.0 for the pot. And then if the diagonal has a problem, we'll recross it. There is some slow flow. Yeah. So we'll take another wire ready, please. Keep another wire ready.
Which wire
And
you want?
otherwise, the proximal LED looks, I need a hydrophilic wire for crossing.
Hydrophilic wires.
Yeah. So maybe a Sion again
Cyan
and
blue.
Sion. So you can see that the proximal LED looks good. The proximal stent looks good. The distal stent looks good. So we're just going to do a pot and see if the diagonal flow improves. If not, we'll cross into the diagonal and do a kissing. Go up there. Yes, please. Go. 12, 13, 14. So we're going to do a stent boost, please. No, same view.
Send boost. The same you doesn't.
Okay, go up there. It's anyway. Yeah. 14. Deflate. Can you do a stent boost in this view or the RAO caudal? Oh, you need to go in. Yeah. Go up there, please. 10, 14. Deflate. 14. Okay, deflate. I think we've done the pot there.
You will give some nicorandil, then check.
Yeah. Give some nicorandil. Nicorandil, please. It's just to get the diagonal open now. It's getting better. sometimes the pot itself will open up the diagonal because the stents will get opposed to the side of the bifurcation, so we can sometimes get a good flow there. So please get ready with the OCT, please.
This
Okay.
ventricularization is because of nicotindale also. So. And now it gets disappeared.
Okay, are we ready for the shot, Ajay? Yeah. It's still a bit slow flow, but I think it's better. Go to the other view, please. Okay, just give me a wire. Let me recross into the diagonal. Sorry? Yeah, just give 1,000 heparin, please. So we're now going to go into the diagonal. So we go to the LAO caudal, please. Lights up, please. Can I get another talker on? Guide is directing to the circ, so I need to give a little bit of a curve. So I'm going to use the other wire as a marker to get into the diagonal. So we go into the LAD first distally, okay? And then we come back and let me see what the origin is. Okay, that's in the diagonal. And then we pull off the other diagonal wire. The LED, and we got the other wire in the diagonal. So let's go to the cranial. Get the same balloon, please. 2.5. Hopefully it'll cross. If not, we'll need a New York tour. Keep it New York tour ready.
Semi-compliant, give the semi-compliant. Even 210 is also okay. Shorter balloon to cross 210.
That's the LED. No? Okay. Gently go up there. Go up, please.
I think our pre-dilatation helped
Yes.
in
It didn't
open
completely
the
close
stocks.
off. Just keep it at 6. Yeah.
Keep it for some time to opposite flaps, 5-10 seconds. Yeah, it's okay. We can deflate.
Deflate, please. Now what I'm going to do is just push the deflated balloon down into the diagonal and small check on the LAD. So we'll try to get the LAD wire down. Okay. And let's get the 3O LAD on this one. 3O balloon on that one. 3 balloon, please. The same one which we used. No, no, that's okay. Don't open any. We have got a 3O on the shelf. One indeflator more, please. Mhm. Hold the wire, please. Get the balloon forward. So what I'm going to do is now get the other 3O balloon into the LAD and then do a small kissing across the diagonal. Get me the indiflate again. Yes, please. Get that there. So can we put the indiflator on? Negative. Negative, please. You see that. Okay. Now
You'll go just
get
up to nominal only.
yeah. So small check, please. Just push that LED balloon, which is LED balloon. Just keep it. Yeah. Okay. LED is okay. Now I get that diagonal. Okay. Diagonal is okay.
Proximal edge is okay, sir, balloon.
Yeah, I think so. It's okay. It's within the stent. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So I will go up and then you'll go up. It's one after the other. Now you go up. 6, 8. Deflate. Now I'll go up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now we go up simultaneously. Please go up, please. 6, 8, 10. Keep it for a minute and deflate. Okay. So let me pull off the diagonal wire first. Okay. So diagonal balloon is out. And
You want to finish the distal LAD post dilatation with some nominal pressures.
let's get that out.
Oh,
So what happened? So we had the wires coming out. Let me just have a check first and then we'll do. Okay, let me take a cine first. We did a bifurcation, check a shot. And small check. Good. Go to the LA caudal. Sharp curve. So we've done the pot, we've done the bifurcation kissing, and now I just want to take a shot and possibly an OCT. So the wire is facing the LAD, the circumflex. Let's take a cine first. Can you Ajit take a cine by the time I wire this? Yeah, take a curve here. Looks pretty good. There's a little dissection on the diagonal, but I'm not going to stem that. The flow is good. What do you think, Nanda?
Yeah, we will see in the OCT. If it is a no flow limiting dissection, no need to stent that one.
Anyway, we did a kissing, and the only thing what you can do is possibly provisional. You can see how the wire is selecting to go down.
We will take a BMW. It may.
Yeah, just give me that BMW wire. Give a sharper curve. Keep that in the circ anyway. Nice curve. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to go down. Okay, now let's go to the cranial. So this is the circumflex wire. You can keep that thing on that, drop it on that. And we'll take a shot now. The cranial. Okay, ready? I think the LAD is okay. The diagonal is flowing well. There is some pinching, but I'm not going to chase that. We've already, what do you think?
Yeah, we have to take a OCT
Yeah,
and
we'll take an
diagonal flow. I'm
OCT. And
happy.
okay, take the OCT down, please. Show me the last shot, please, again. Proximal LAD prior to the stent has some disease. We need to decide now what to do for that.
No, I don't think
Yeah.
FFR. If we are going to do it, it's going to be negative. I feel there is everywhere disease, but we chose a ideal landing zone where at least a 180-degree arc of EM is visible with 3-layer structure in the OCT. So the landing zone is good. So there are blocks in the osteoid which is not going to be creating any ischemia for this patient.
Okay, getting ready for that. Okay, good.
Okay, open the power injector port and
Yeah.
flush the
Flush.
guide. I will check the clearance. One second, wait.
Okay.
I think the OCT machine hanged.
Does
It
it
will
hang
take
on the
some
machine?
time to boot. So how
Okay.
much time it will take?
So we have a little technical issue with the OCT. We'll just keep the catheter out.
Cable got disconnected. No, it's automatically on. Just switch on the machine.
Okay, so we have a slight disruption on the machine. Otherwise, I've removed the catheter out and we're going to take another picture after it boots in again.
No, I think that the wires might get disturbed. What is the username password?
So what are the things as we boot in, Nanda, you're going to look at?
So I think I'm going to look at the distal edge for any distal edge dissection and the expansion. Then coming to the lesion area, I'm happy with 80% expansion in this particular case. And I'm going to look at the diagonal ostium, how it looks, is there is any flow limiting dissection is there or not. And the proximal edge, how it is expanded. Since it is a 28 millimeter stent, I think maybe we can divide the stent into two half before the diagonal and after the diagonal, and we can measure the expansion. And at last, we are going to see the ostial LAD, whether during this catheter manipulation, any block has got disrupted or not.
Do you want to connect the
So
catheter out?
yeah, the catheter has to be disconnected and here. Yeah. Sister, you just disconnect and reconnect the catheter. Now press the button on top. Sister, you help her to reconnect.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, it's connecting.
Leave your hand.
See this aquarium is okay, right. See, it's fine, man.
Okay.
Okay, leave it.
Should I get the catheter up, down?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can take the catheter down.
So we just removed the catheter. Show me the wire. Go back to the LA caudal.
Contrast, sir.
So we had some technical issue with the catheter. And put the loop in so we are not done anything else. Okay. And show me the distal LED. Okay, very good. Okay, hopefully we should get a picture now. See the difficulty the OCT catheter has.
I think because of the anomalous
Oh,
LCA.
yeah, with the anomalous LCA, and the catheter becomes soft after the first few uses. So we get that out of the way. Just gently push it down.
Maybe I think because Z phenomenon is happening, we can push both the catheter
Yeah.
there too.
So what we do normally in that situation is to push both together in a O catheter. Once it gets used once, you get some softening of the catheter. Then you have to do this. Okay.
Yeah, we are beyond the
Okay,
stent.
the distal now. No, flush the guiding please first. And we hope we can do
Yeah,
that
and
now.
open the injector port. Okay, everybody ready?
Port is ready, dye
Yeah,
is ready, pressure injector
I'm
on.
taking a call. Calibrate.
Yes.
Cine. Inject. Stop cine.
Okay, Nanda, I think we got some good pictures. So,
Yeah, first let me calibrate this. So the first thing what we are seeing at the first glance, the stent divided into two halves, and this is a 28 millimeter stent, right, sir?
yes.
So the length here it comes 30 millimeter, maybe the 28 millimeter elongated to 30 millimeter. The expansion of the proximal half I'm bringing before diagonal, after diagonal. It shows 89%, which is a good expansion. The distal half 92%. If you see exactly, if we divide the stent, actually it is not dividing at the diagonal, hence it is showing 69%. But if we place it before and after diagonal, it's showing 89 and 92%, which is well expanded. The next part is I'm going to check at the both edges. This is the distal edge. As I'm moving away from the stent, it's clear, no edge dissection, at least for 3 to 5 millimeter. And it's a well opposed stent. Expansion already we have covered. And this is a proximal edge. Beyond the proximal edge, I'm moving. There is a small edge dissection we can see at 12 o'clock, but it's a minor edge dissection, and which is not extending into the media, neither it covers more than one quadrant and not going beyond 5 millimeter. Hence, I think we need not address anything at the proximal edge. Next, it's coming at the ostial of the LAD. The blocks remains as such without any disturbance because of our catheter manipulation or our balloon, everything. I am just measuring the MLA once again, because this is a clear picture rather than the previous picture. Here it is 4.31 millimeter square. It's clearly above 4 millimeter square. No need to address it. And the next point is at the bifurcation part. So we can see at 2 o'clock position the diagonal, the circle is there. And as it joins, there is a pinching definitely. So this is the ostium of that mild pinch, but I think it's uh, it's good enough. So let's check with the 3D bifurcation software. So here we can see clearly the ostium is nicely opened, and if you rotate and see here, you can see the diagonal. I think the diagonal is nicely open here.
Very
And
good. So Nanda has beautifully shown good expansion of the stent, good expansion of both parts, proximal and distal. A small edge dissection at the proximal level, but not great. Distal is good, no dissection there. Diagonal origin, there is a dissection, but the lumen is open. The flows are good. I wouldn't fiddle around with that 2 millimeter diagonal anymore. And I think we're okay with the LAD diagonal, Nanda.
yeah, I think it's good. We can come out.
Okay, now the issue is, do we need to do the circ? So let me just pull out the LAD wire first. Then let's go to the one shot with
Another
all wires out.
another important thing I want to
Second
show
shot.
you is this, because of the kissing, we can see how nicely in the stent that side
Yeah.
strut is opened here in the stent only view. So for the future access of diagonal, it is good.
Okay, so the LAD and the diagonal look great. There is no problem there. There's a little of pinching of the diagonal, but as we saw in the OCT, the lumen is there. We're not going to go ahead. We have already done one, kissing, so we're not going to go. Let's go to the RAO caudal and see the circ, what we need to do for that. It's a non-dominant small circ, so we need to check that. Okay, I think we'll balloon that and stent that too, Nanda. What do you think?
Yeah, I think vessel looks a
Yeah, a
little
little big
small.
enough.
No need for imaging. We can
Yeah,
go ahead with
small
the
check.
angiographic guided predilatation and stenting. And I
So
feel
give
it's
me that
going to be
BMW again. Let's keep.
maybe a little tricky to track down the OCT catheter through this
Yeah.
anomalous LCA and this LCX. So we'll stick to angiographic guided
So
PCI.
I think what we learned, Nanda, if you can just repeat all what we did for the LAD for the benefit of us and for the audience.
So fluoroscopically, it's a anomalous LCA, and there is some calcium was seen fluoroscopically. So we did a predilatation with a 2.5 balloon at the LAD diagonal bifurcation, and we did a OCT, which showed two important things. The calcium is only spotty calcium, doesn't require any calcium modifications. The another thing is the LED diagonal bifurcation angle, it's a spiky cranial angle. There is a higher chance of closure, hence we predilated previously the diagonal to get the access easily after the stenting. And we got the clear idea of what is the distal reference diameter, proximal reference diameter. Though there is a flux are extending up to the ostium of the LAD,
0.5 balloon.
we found a good landing zone at the
2.5 by.
mid portion of the LAD where the 180-degree arc of EM is visible. And we sized according to the distal reference diameter, and we did the pot according to the proximal reference diameter. Then we finally checked with the expansion, dividing before the diagonal, after the diagonal. The before the diagonal, the expansion is 89%, and after the diagonal, 92%, which is a reasonable good expansions, no molar positions. And here the OCT, we can see the clear images of the stent only view, what are all the connectors points and how the LAD is nicely opened. I think at the end of this thing, after this seeing the image, we can go to the bed happily.
Okay, so we've got the wire across, and yeah, yeah. So thank you very much. And the idea was to show the LAD under OCT. And here we will thank everybody for joining for the case, my colleagues, my nurses and staff. And now we're going to go off live for the circumflex. So thank you very much for joining us.